Hello everyone.
Welcome back to the channel and welcome to beautiful New Mexico. For the past few nights we've been staying in Lincoln National Forest, but it is getting hot and we got to get out of here and find some elevation.
We're driving over 5,000 feet up to a small alpine town in southern New Mexico. We'll be biking through pine forests, walking to a historic trestle bridge, and waiting nearly 3 hours for what might be the best barbecue we've ever had. If you're new here, we're Jess and Greg. This year, we're driving from Key West all the way to Alaska. Just last week, we were exploring Big Bend National Park, and now our journey has brought us here to the small mountain town of Cloudcroft.
The town used to be accessed by the Sacramento and Alamogordo railways, which remnants are still seen today, including the Mexican Trestle, which we're going to explore later. Popular activities for the town include hiking, mountain biking, which we're also going to do later, and sightseeing of just the surrounding Lincoln National Forest.
Now that we have a feel for the town, we're going to go for a scenic drive. This place is so beautiful. It feels more like Colorado than New Mexico.
It really does, yeah. It's got the same small town mountain vibes as anywhere like, I don't know, Crested Butte or something in Colorado.
It's kind of wild to think just a few days ago we were in the desert and now we're up in the mountains. It's a completely different landscape.
So we just made it to our site for the night here in Lincoln National Forest, just outside of Cloudcroft. We played a little frisbee with Maya, and then I noticed some elk tracks and droppings right through the site. So we've just been kind of walking along, kind of tracking them in a way, but there might be a chance that we see some elk while we're here. That'd be pretty cool.
Good morning. We are back down in Cloudcroft to get some coffee for the morning.
Yeah, we ended up going to Black Bear Coffee Shop, and it's a small local place that roasts their beans right here in Cloudcroft, and we're really excited. We got something a little different. We got the Top Gun flavor, which had caramel, vanilla, and the kicker was oak essence, which we've never seen in a coffee shop before, but apparently it cuts the sweetness of the caramel.
And not only did we go to one coffee shop, we went to two. We could not decide. This Black Bear place looked like it had better coffee, but this high rollin' place looked like it had better breakfast, and they even had acai bowls. So we went to both.
Yeah. First ever latte with oak essence. Essentially like a bourbon barrel, he said. So let's see. Right off the bat, it's the perfect temperature. Nothing better than getting a latte and it's the perfect temperature. Okay, so I was worried it was gonna have a really strong bourbon flavor. I hate whiskey and bourbon, and it does not. You get initial bite of the caramel, but the sweetness is cut substantially. So it kind of just tastes like a very light caramel latte, but the espresso is what you taste the most. It's really, really good and really interesting. All right, coffee and breakfast have been had. Now it's time to take Maya out for a walk.
So the road to the trailhead was closed, so we ended up parking just outside of Cloudcroft at the Village Trail, I believe it's called. It adds about a quarter of a mile to the trailhead, so no big deal. But now we are on our way to the Trestle. This is so cool. You can see White Sands National Park from the Trestle overlook, which we actually visited last year. If you get the chance, I do highly recommend visiting White Sands National Park while you're in this area. It is an incredible park, and it's dog friendly.
poor Maya is afraid of the drone, so her and I are just hanging out down the trail a little bit while Greg gets some really cool shots of the Trestle Bridge.
So that was the Mexican Railway Trestle. It is the largest railway trestle in Lincoln National Forest and one of the largest still standing in the US. It's actually registered as a historic place in the United States. Now, we have something very important to get back to that we're very late for, so we will see you back at the car.
And this is what we were late to. We are at Mad Jack's Mountaintop Barbecue. They open at 11 and we got here 5 or 10 minutes before 11 and the line was already 2.5 hours long. So if you come here, you want to get here by like 10 a.m. Lucky for us, they did not sell out of anything, so we got quite the platter here. All right, here's what we got. We got some pickles and onions for the side, mac and cheese, the biggest piece of cornbread I've ever seen, a pound of brisket, half chicken, and my favorite, a dino rib. This thing was 1.28 pounds. Like, look at this guy.
All right, she's making me take the first bite of this thing and I don't even know how or where to begin, but we're gonna go for it. Wow. The cashier told us the dino rib was gonna change our life, and I think it is. I feel it happening. That's just insane. Peppery, real peppery. The crust is outstanding. It's amazing.
All right, time for some mac.
You gotta judge a barbecue place not only by their meats, but by their sides too.
This is delicious, creamy.
It's like practically a soup.
Yeah, it's like soupy, but it's really good.
All right, if anybody knows me, they know I am the cornbread connoisseur. I was telling Jess and mine, this is easily in my top 3 favorite foods ever. And this might be the single best looking piece of cornbread I've ever seen. So I am freaking stoked on this. Look at the cross sides, like 2 inches tall. All right, let's hit it.
Better than Jiffy?
I'm not gonna hate on Jiffy because they're the OG, but wow. Mad Jack's Mountaintop Barbecue. They are not playing around. This stuff is serious business. We over-ordered, but we knew that going into it. We're gonna go burn off some calories now and try not to puke.
So we can get to the trail from our campsite that we found for the night. But you ride down a gravel road first, and we blew right past the trail, added about a mile to our trip today. But now we are on the trail and walking up a very steep section. All right, we're to the top of the first hill. We're gonna have a descent here soon. And this terrain is tougher than anything we're used to.
All right, we are 2 miles in, and this trail, the terrain has been awful. Huge, loose rocks, and just makes it for a really, really tough ride. It's been a lot of elevation gain so far, coupled with the loose rocks. It's been tough. So we're debating whether to cut it short or carry on the original route.
I think we're gonna head up this trail a little bit and check out what the terrain looks like up there, and if it gets rocky again, we're gonna turn around and take this shortcut. Like, this terrain's better.
Hey bud, do you know where the trail is? We're just trying to find the trail. Well, we ended up going with the original route. So we're about 3.5 miles in now. And I don't know, what, another 1.5 miles to go or something like that?
2, probably.
2. So, but this part of the trail is really beautiful. And it's smoothed out, so we're having a lot of fun.
There's actually a portion where you go through a disc golf course, and we kind of got lost, and we're gonna turn around, and this very nice guy directed us in the right direction, and we found the trail, and we are so glad that we did.
Finally home. All right, back for the bike ride here, and I gotta say we struggled with that a bit more than either of us would probably like to admit. I'm gonna blame it on the terrain or the altitude. This is our first exercise at altitude. We're at 9,000 feet here, so we kind of got our butts kicked. But we're just gonna hang out and enjoy this site. It's gonna be our last night in Lincoln National Forest before tomorrow we have one more quirky New Mexico stop for you guys. We'll see you then. Welcome to the world's largest pistachio.
This is Pistachioland.
And guys, this place opened up 6 minutes ago and the whole parking lot is slammed. This is crazy. This is one of those quirky roadside attractions. Love it.
All right, should we go inside?
Let's do it.
All right, we're on a hunt for the weirdest pistachio sample we can try.
I don't know, man. Habanero lemon or spicy dill pickle?
I think this cinnamon pistachio sounds interesting.
That does sound interesting. All right. Hey, I love cinnamon. I'm not going to turn that down. Ooh. Really good.
Trying dill pickle. That is an interesting combination.
All right, that is going to do it for our time in Cloudcroft and in New Mexico, really. But we got to say we were blown away by Cloudcroft as a whole. It was exactly like a Rocky Mountain town in Colorado, but in New Mexico. It had great food, great coffee, great hikes, and good camping. It was everything you'd want in a mountain town.
And that's going to be all for this week's video. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Next up on our journey to Alaska, we are heading toward Moab for some more desert landscapes. We'll see you there. Oh. Like we're on a scenic drive. Yeah. Give me kisses. Well, good morning.
Good morning. Do that again.
Well, good morning.
Oh, am I supposed to say it now?
I don't know. What are you doing?
I'm not. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Well, we have made it to the trailhead and Greg forgot his camera. Okay. So we are heading back to the van.
Okay. You are.
Oh, I'm going the wrong way.